Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be building a custom rod storage system for my roof rack. Now this idea can be modified and used on any kind of roof rack system you've got. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer. It all really kind of depends on what you need. And what it comes down to is I wanted to kind of eliminate three issues I was having. One was my rod's always been in the weather because I carry rods with me almost everywhere I go at all times. There's some in here right now. I'm just laying in here, propped up on the roof rack hook so that they're not down and the tailgate getting damaged or anything. But the sun's beating on them, which is bad for the line, bad for the cork handles, bad for the rods in general. The next thing was I didn't want them to be stolen. I didn't want anybody to see them laying in the bed of the truck when I'm in a parking lot, going into a store or anything and stealing it just because they had the opportunity to steal them. Trying to keep honest people honest, It'll make it a little harder. You're going to climb up there, twist the cap off, get the rods out of it and bail out before anybody notices what you're doing. But hopefully you'll catch them on like the security camera or something like that. The next thing is to keep them from being damaged. I've broken rods by having coolers slide into them, shut them in the tailgate, all that, and this will prevent it. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about now. So, as you can see, this is normally how I've been carrying my rods, but of course they're in the weather and all that, but this keeps them from getting broken by a cooler and still sliding into them for the most part. But here's what we have built so far. This is an 8-foot piece of 6-inch PVC pipe with 2 clean out cap ends put on it. So you can seal up both ends. And the reason I have it where I'm not capping one end and putting a clean out on the other is because I got to be able to get to the bolts I'm going to put in it. For bolts, we're just using 2 pretty good sized bolts, 4 washers and 4 lock nuts. We're just going to take it and mount it right here across this rail. I'm going to bolt through it. So, we're going to need a drill bit. This is already all glued up. Once I get it mounted, I'm going to paint it black so that it will match, the exterior of the truck and everything. This is 8 foot of 6-inch PVC pipe. The reason I went with 8 foot is because my longest rod is 7'7". And the reason I did that, my longest one-piece rod is 7'7", is so you can stagger them in there. And you should go off your longest one-piece rod because you can't break it down. If all you fish with is 2-piece rods, you can of course make this shorter. You do it to the longest 2-piece section you have. 6-inch seemed to fit my biggest catfish reel, my biggest bait caster. You do have to loosen the handle on my spinning reel to put it in there, but that's fine. I guess I could have went up to 8-inch pipe, but that cost a whole lot more. I've got about $120 in this, and I believe it's going to be well worth it. The other thing about it is like I said, longest rod's 7'7", so you can stagger them. My actual longest rod's over 10 feet. That's my jig pole. Broke down as 2 5-foot sections. See, so it's going to work out perfectly. I should be able to put 5 or 6 rods in here. Keep them out of the weather. Keep them dry. Keep them out of the sun. Keep them from being stolen as easily. If anybody knows that they're in there, it's still not going to be hard to steal. But it's to keep honest people honest, as they say. The next thing about it is not breaking them. I've broken 3 cherry wood rods, 2 with a cooler, 1 with a tailgate, and eventually that gets expensive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this hung up and bolted in. I'll show you it bolted in, I'll paint it, and then I'll show you it with the rods in it. Show you how it works. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got her all mounted up, bolted in real good. It's not going anywhere. It's up there solid. I already capped that in, and I already put some fishing rods in it. I wanted to leave it unpainted so you can see there's about 4 fishing rods in there. They all fit perfectly. I've got a little bit room for some more. but I'm gonna say 4 is probably the max on this. I am gonna say I noticed trying to put a full-size spinning rod in it, it doesn't want to fit at all. So if you're gonna be running full-size spinning rods, you may want to go up to an 8-inch pipe. That seemed to be about what I was missing. And an 8-inch piece of pipe would have eliminated that, but I run mostly bait casters and ultralight spinning rods, so the reel's a little bit smaller, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna get this thing painted, show y'all the finished look. And so this is just, you know, a waterproof, weatherproof, you know, system that's gonna keep them from being damaged and keep them out of the eyes of people, so people don't think, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna steal them fishing rods. They don't even know they're in there unless they've watched this video or, you know, seen you take them out and put them in. So I'm gonna get this thing painted and I'll show y'all the final look. All right guys, there she is, all painted up, fully installed. Rods are in it. Don't look too bad if I don't say so myself. You know, and on this truck, it just looks like, you know, it's something you store some work tools or something in, or some pieces of wood, or whatever kind of thing you'd be working with that you need that was kind of that long that you needed to store and keep dry. But in this case, it's fishing rods. So again, I want to reiterate, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. It's just to give you the guys the general knowledge on how to do it, how I did it. You can modify it to use, or modify it to suit your needs, do it your own way. Like I said, I would probably up it to 8-inch pipe instead of 6. If you have a lot of spinning reels, of course the bigger the reel, the bigger the pipe needs to be, so make sure you do some measurements there to make sure it's gonna fit the inner diameter of that pipe. All of mine fit except for one spinning reel. It's a little bit bigger spinning reel. I made like a normal size spinning reel. Mostly what I use is ultralights, so it didn't fit. That's okay, it's a junky reel anyway. I don't carry it much. And if I do, I can take it apart and fold it up and put it in the back seat. It's not that big a deal. This is mostly for my one-piece rods that don't fold up. Can't be put in the back seat, can't be put in a toolbox, can't be put wherever. But I mean, you can put 2-piece rods in it too. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Y'all stay frosty, and I'll see you next time.